The year is 1953, and a push to rebuild Japan in light of World War II sweeps the country. Yasujiro Ozu creates a film that captures the era through a story that writes a beautiful love letter to the traditions of the past. The film follows an elderly couple, Tomi and Shukichi, as they visit their children in Tokyo. According to David Desser, the film captures the decline of the extended family in Japan due to the post-war increased urbanization and industrialization. This video focuses on the brief sightseeing sequence in the middle of the film in which Tomi, Shokichi, and Noriko tour Tokyo. The scene transforms a bus ride into a lyrical portrait of Japan's post-war changes. Tokyo becomes a spectacle through the bus windows, making the elderly couple strangers in a place that is supposed to feel like home.
The framing of the characters implies this lack of belonging in the industrialized modern city. In these shots, Shukichi is indistinguishable from the rest of the tourists, only being seen from behind. When Tomi and Shukichi are framed from the front, they're looking at the city sights, but their heads turn and move in sync with the other characters. This not only blends them in further as tourists, but it also paints them as robotic, a mechanical part of the urban city. However, Shukichi and Tomi still stand out amongst the crowd because of their clothing. While most of the adults on the bus wear light work clothes, Shukichi and Tomi have on darker outfits. Shukichi is the only one with a hat, and even though others wear a suit as well, the difference in color separates him. Thus, the two are framed as characters who are attempting to fit in, but they simply are unable to adjust to the everyday environment in Tokyo. During the tour, these POV shots out the bus windows highlight the city's busy life even further. The focus shifts from the characters to what the characters see. Crowds of people walk down the streets, and the upward tilt emphasizes the tall, sleek buildings that symbolize the industrialized city. The closeness of the buildings juxtaposes the shot shown of the Imperial Palace in the far distance. As the tour guide mentions, the palace was built 500 years prior and served as a contrast to the bustle of Tokyo. It is left in the past in comparison to the current presence of the city. The window shots also juxtapose the film's pillow shots and the doorway shots. The frame of the window is only for viewing, but is not as open nor domestic. They confine the grandparents' perspective of the city to looming buildings. As Boyers describes it, the industrial landscape is to them menacing and alien, and they give no indication of a capacity to sustain their vaunted simplicity under such conditions.
The film captures the tension between traditional and post-war Japan, illustrating a world that moves on without its elders. The mechanical movement of bodies and the couples merge into the scenery implies a landscape that they can only glimpse at. The Imperial Palace becomes a faint reminder of a Japan that once structured their world, but now flickers only at the edges of their consciousness. Desser describes Ozu's empty shots as a modernist fascination with surfaces and materials, prioritizing places and things over human beings. But this scene, in its lack of emptiness, pauses to examine buildings and streets rather than the characters, because the city itself has more presence. Tokyo Story suggests that modern times involve not just modern style, but also spatial arrangements that keep the older generation as distant spectators, visible yet excluded from direct experience.